why is doing in-home euthanasia much better than taking your dog to the vet's office?
So I think that's a very wonderful question because my answer might surprise you.
Okay.
My general answer is whatever your dog or cat needs on that day is what is best.
Okay.
And generally speaking, that means being at home. I would say 99% of pets are going to say, yes, I prefer my house over the clinic.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
I
agree.
prefer my home. I can stay calmer there. I can be more comfortable. Potentially, if I'm very sick, a car ride might be dangerous for that pet.
Right.
If they are experiencing very serious decline, like seizures or respiratory distress, putting them in the car, maybe worsening that emergency. So for all those reasons, generally it's because that's where we want to be with the family and we are most comfortable in our home. And that's always, if you talk to people about where they'd prefer to be when they die, the answer is never, oh, at a hospital where I don't know anyone and I'm looking at the ceiling.
Yeah.
Not an answer typically.
Does
They
sound
want to
terrible.
be somewhere they feel loved, supported, and safe and comfortable. And
Yeah.
that's what our pets prefer too. Now, is there the occasional dog that loves going to the clinic who every single nurse will run up and love on them and pet on them and it's like a party every time they go in? There sure are.
Yeah.
And if that last car ride and that last like hoorah at the clinic where everyone is celebrating that dog is where that owner feels is most wonderful,
Yeah.
100%. I'm never going to say, well, then, oh, we can't. I have to come to that. No, if that is what's best for that animal and they're not going to be nervous or worried, they're going to be excited to be there and they have friends and almost family there, 100%. It's whatever is best for that animal. But yes, generally speaking, being at home means we are able to be in our favorite bed or surrounded by all the people that love us, maybe in our yard or our garden, if that's where they like to be. And so it's just about being somewhere that we feel the love can be most present and there's less distraction and there's less worry and there's more focus on the pet.
Yeah.
I have been in parks. I have been in the backs of cars. I have been in all sorts of places because that's where the pet feels most comfortable and most at ease. And
That's
so,
sweet.
yeah, we're absolutely willing to make adjustments. There was one situation. We were going to go to the beach, and I was so excited to be able to be. This was in Massachusetts, where there are beaches. This dog loved the beach, and we had all these plans to go to the beach, but he had a bit too much of a decline, and so it was like, well, we can't we don't want to put him in the car to go to the beach, but we're going to go in the garden. And I was like, that's fine too. Like he's obviously an outdoor lover. Let's just be outside,
Yeah.
So, and that's, there are cases where being at home is necessary because my dog went down and cannot get up, and he's a 200-pound dog and we cannot lift him into the car. That's a logical thing to say, you're right. We need in-home euthanasia. But the bigger picture is, emotionally, it's safer.
How do you get a 200-pound dog out of
Yeah.
someone's house? If they can't do it, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure you're strong, but I don't. Like,
I'm not that strong, trust
200-pound
me.
mastiff
Not
strong. I
anymore.
don't know.
Yeah. I used to do a lot of CrossFit to maintain
Nice.
my,
Same.
yeah.
Back in the day.
Then I realized like, oh, my back feels like it's going to break. I should stop that. But no, if we do have like a situation where that sweet baby is like really too big for me to move safely, the crematory actually comes and helps us and assists
that's
us.
sweet.
Yeah. I've had my biggest animal was actually a gigantic pet pig.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
Very large
I
piggy.
wouldn't even have thought that you could do that, but I guess it's probably no different to euthanize a pig than it is
It's
a dog.
yeah. I have seen all sorts of species.
With laps of love.
Absolutely.
Is it lap of love or laps?
Lap, like you're sitting
Lap.
on someone's lap. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so the company actually, Lap of Love does a great job of saying, hey, doctors, you can practice, like we have the same protocols. They want to train us on, we always sedate before we place an IV. Like
Right.
that's everybody does that. But when it comes to, hey, does every doctor feel comfortable seeing a canary for euthanasia? Or do you feel comfortable seeing a turtle for euthanasia? The company does let us say, you know what? I don't feel comfortable with snakes. I
Well, I
don't think I
wouldn't
should be
either,
seeing a snake,
Sally.
That is my line of
Yeah. So, yeah. So, but we absolutely get calls for all sorts of species. So for me, I'm open to seeing any species. I'm
anything you're
not
not.
the snakes probably. Like it's
Have you
not.
ever euthanized a snake?
I have not.
Okay. I wouldn't do that either.
Me
Yeah.
Personally.
neither.
Yeah. There are differences in
Just putting that
reptiles
joker
are
outside.
yeah, well, reptiles are very interesting because reptiles' metabolism of drugs is extremely slow. And so it's really not that I'm worried about handling a snake or injecting a snake for, for euthanasia purposes. It is literally that they sometimes take hours to effectively pass away from that medication. Now, to be
Goodness.
clear, they're not struggling. Like they are in a la la land, they are
Mhm.
under anesthesia, but they're just like when they go, because they're cold blooded, right? So just like when they go into hibernation and they decrease their metabolism, it's really interesting, but it just for
Wow.
me, I'm like, I just don't want to worry about them for hours and hours. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So it's really more the biologic aspect of it that I'm like, I feel comfortable administering and handling. It's just the time